Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. And if that's something that appeals to you, you know you've come to the right place. We are so happy to have you here. And today is Terrifying Tuesday, where we just talk about all things horror. And today we have to talk about M3gan 2.0. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so we have to talk a little bit today about M3gan 2.0. They had a commercial at the Super Bowl for M3gan 2.0, and I promised we would get back to it, that we would actually do a video on that. And that's what we're kind of doing today, breaking down what we know about M3gan 2.0. If you don't know about this movie, it's a sequel to the movie M3gan. If you're unfamiliar with that, that is about an AI toy that's given to this little girl by her aunt who created it. The toy then begins to proceed to, in a very Chucky-like fashion, show indications of not quite being right, to put it mildly. It goes on a rampage. And when it does, the little girl, of course, is still kind of there for it. She's not showing any signs that she thinks the doll is possessed or anything weird. So if you like Child's Play, you know that this movie is going to be completely different just by the description. And that's what set this movie apart for a lot of people. Now, it was also one that we really didn't expect to get a sequel, but surprise, it did. And this sequel looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. They've sort of flipped the switch in this sequel for the movie. They've decided that M3gan is going to be the good guy and another AI created by a rival company is going to be the bad guy. Now, what exactly do we know about this movie so far? The trailer at the Super Bowl only shows us the dance scene, which may not even be in the movie. But it is sort of a tribute to the dance scene that we saw her do before. And why is that? Because it was one of those things that fans resonated with. Fans actually were there for. They enjoyed this dance scene a lot, and it was one of the things that made the character an icon. So when they did this trailer, obviously that's what they're going to start with, is this dance scene. Now, other than that, what does this movie entail? Well, that's what we're going to jump into. So this is what everybody saw at the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl trailer for M3gan 2.0, premiering June 27th in theaters, sees the return of the slaying doll. It has a song by Chappell Rowan as the promo song, which is kind of a cute song, I'll give it that. It's set 2 years after the events of the last movie, where the AI doll went on a murderous rampage and was destroyed. M3gan's creator, Gemma, played by Allison Williams, in the sequel has become a high-profile author and advocate for the government oversight of AI. Meanwhile, Gemma's niece, Caddy, Violet McGraw, is now 14, a rebellious teenager, and still in Gemma's overprotective new environment. So this tells us a couple things. This tells us that Gemma has sort of changed since the last one. She was kind of an advocate for everything she could do with AI, and it looks like she sort of flipped the switch in this movie. Like, she may not be as down for the AI as she was before. Her daughter, or her niece rather, will sort of rebel. And that's kind of funny to think about, because when we saw her last, she was a sweet little girl. So I like that. So I like the idea of sort of this rebellious little teenager. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll see how that turns out. Now, unbeknownst to them, there is the tech that was stolen and is being misused by a powerful defense contractor to create a military upgrade weapon known as Amelia. This will be played by Ivana Sakhpatova. No, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. The ultimate killer infiltration spy. But as Amelia's self-awareness increases, she becomes decidedly less interested in taking orders from humans or in even keeping them around. With the future of the human existence on the line, Gemma realizes the only option is to resurrect M3gan, Amy Donald, voiced by Jenna Davis, and give her a few upgrades, making her faster, stronger, and more lethal. As their paths collide, the original AI is about to meet her match. Now that's kind of telling right there. It kind of lets you know where this movie was at to begin with and where it's at now. And I think that this movie is going to be a lot of fun. The trailer has me excited, and I'm wondering about this plot because ultimately having this type of plot, this is not a plot that's something that we haven't seen before. I feel like this is a pretty rinsed and washed type of plot about a military computer or AI being used for bad things. What makes this a little bit different is that they are going to take a character that was the enemy in the last movie and turn her into the only hope to stop this thing. And I think that could prove to be a lot of fun. I think that what we're looking at here is the idea that M3gan may turn out to be one of those characters that at least in this movie will be the good guy. Now, it doesn't mean she'll be the good guy in any of the movies going forward, and in fact, I really hope she isn't. I hope that by the end of this movie, she shows her homicidal ways once again, because I'm not sure how much I like the idea of M3gan being a good guy. I just don't know how I like that. It's okay for a moment if she has to take down another bad guy, a bigger threat, if you will, but I do think that having her be a good guy for the rest of her movie franchise would be a huge mistake. It's kind of like when they turned the Terminator into the good guy. Where you go from there, you have to have bigger, badder Terminators every single movie, and ultimately they did end up going back to Arnold Schwarzenegger being the bad Terminator that he started off being, and by then fans weren't afraid of him. They weren't afraid of what he could do, and I think doing that sometimes can be a mistake. So I think that having her be a good guy in the movie may actually prove to be the movie's only flaw. However, I also think that this movie has potential because it does take something we've seen before and sort of flip the switch. It takes it and sort of makes it different at the same time. Even though it is exactly the same as the type of thing we've seen before, it is very much something new. Okay, so we don't even have a really good idea as to what this new AI is supposed to look like, but this is the actress that's playing her. And at least we know that. Now, whether or not they put a lot of makeup on her and make her look drastically different, that's a whole nother story. And we don't know whether or not M3gan's going to play a huge part in the movie or a smaller part. It could build up to M3gan being in the movie, but I think that would be a complete mistake. I am excited to see what this movie entails, but I don't know if the next trailer is going to really reel us in or not. And the next trailer has got to do that. It's got to be something that reels you in and makes you really excited to see this movie. Now, that being said, if you've made it this far in the video, I know that a lot of people have been watching the videos, and I want to keep the algorithm happy with us. So if you have made it this far, why not type something in the comments? Type in M3gan or type in Miko Rocks. Type in something to keep that algorithm going because we need to build this channel up farther. We want to get the fandom out there because I feel as though there's so much negativity in your fandoms that it's important to have a channel that is trying to be positive, that is trying to excite you for movies rather than trying to bring the movies and the fandoms you enjoy down. There's just so much of the negative vibes on YouTube that I want to be that happier place. That being said, that's where I'm going to leave you guys off today. I want to know what you guys think. Does this trailer for the new M3gan excite you? Does it not excite you? Do you think that this is going to be a good movie? Do you think it is a mistake to make M3gan a good guy? Do you like the idea that they make her a good guy? Do you want to see her turn bad before the end of the movie so that she can be evil again in M3gan 3? Or would you rather see them take it in a different direction where maybe M3gan is the hero of the future movies? As always, we want to hear from you guys, so make sure you are leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation we're having. And then make sure you are hitting that like button. It helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Then Miko says we need more subscribers. And look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and this cute little puppy, Miko, knows it. Fandom is family.